Hello, this is Warlord 12, and today I'm making a video on this topic. It has to do with interracial marriages. Now, I had this type of topic on my mind for a long time now. I've been thinking back and forth if I should say on video or not. And the only reason why I'm saying something now is because, you know, there's like just all this big debate about it because people are saying that supposedly that you've got people that are trying to make interracial marriage illegal basically. So I decided, well, I'll just make this video then because of that. So one of the things I wanted to really talk about when it comes to interracial marriage, I said, see, the problem is some people, they whine or complain about, oh, well, us, black person and white people are supposed to be together. And I say, and in the Bible, it always talks about, nations. And usually when you look up in the Bible, you could see for yourself that there are times that, some people who try to be with another, try to marry with another nation. So, usually it doesn't end up well. You know what I'm saying? I said there's certain nations that I don't know how to explain it. Like certain nations that do not go together with God's people, right? And when you look up in the Bible, you see certain things that have happened and certain things that happen for a reason, right? It's almost like if you're trying to marry an enemy, or it's almost like Romeo and Juliet. You know what I'm saying? Certain things, they don't just work out, right? So I do want to go further into this because there are certain things that people don't think about or they don't believe, or people haven't been doing enough research on stuff like this, on what the downside and what the of interracial marriage. I'm not saying that like, oh, I don't like whether I like interracial marriage or not. I'm just one of those people that's just like, if it's whatever, you do what you want to do, but you should be doing research on who you're marrying. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a process to this whole thing. You know what I'm saying? You'd have to look at, because one of the number one things you should be looking at is the person's background as far as, the person's bloodline and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing, for the person that you're marrying, you don't know what type of curse that person has in their family bloodline. You get what I'm saying? It's things like that, and you just think you can hook up with anybody or any type of person, and you don't know what that other person is carrying, right? There are times where you have to take account. You're going to have to take account for your actions. You know what I'm saying? For your choices. Some people are. I don't really see people talk about this, and you're about to know exactly what I'm talking about. So then what's going on, right? That has been going on for a long time now. You'll have someone. I said you'll get married to someone, right, in that family, and that there's. I mean, there could be someone in that family who, in the white family, right, that they start plotting against the person that in the marriage who's black, right, and they start plotting, right, and what they'll do is they'll go, you know what I'm saying, they'll get their other white friends or whatever it is, or their white buddies or whatever it is, and they'll go shoot that person. They'll gun them down. You see what I'm saying? And then I said, and then not only that, but then there are times where it's not someone in the family, it's sometimes just some random white person who doesn't like a black person and a white person getting together. Now, obviously, I'm not saying that interracial marriage should be illegal. I'm just saying people don't think about the consequences. People don't think about what's tied to this stuff. You know what I'm saying? People just think they can jump into anything and you can't. And then there are certain couples that you see that you think that the person is black and that the other person is white. Sometimes, right? Some of these people that I'm trying to say, some of these people that look like they're white, some of them aren't even actually white. You know what I'm saying? Some people are trying to give praise to people that are interracially married, married to each other. And some of these people, they're not even actually white. And that's probably the only reason why that marriage actually works. You know what I'm saying? The last thing I do want to say is go watch the movie Get Out, because you know what I'm saying, that's another example of, you know what I'm saying, black people getting tricked and getting trafficked to, you know, with certain things. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, you know, look up the movie as far, because that's also a good example, right? So, you know, that's all I really wanted to say and needed to say. And, you know, that's it. See you next time.